And the Corporate Slave of the Year award goes to, drumroll please, Iron Wolf. Surprise, surprise. No, I'm just kidding. This isn't actually an award, so. This is exposing BGST series. It is back, and I haven't made a video in a couple weeks. But first, before I get into the main topic, I just want to talk about my channel. If you guys have any recommendations for my YouTube pick, like if you see my new little graphic I kind of made there, if you like it, then just like don't say anything. But if you think it could be better or be more interesting, just let me know. Also, Uncharted 4 is coming out in March, and the beta has come out. It looks like it's team-based, so if anybody's interested in maybe making I don't know, a tournament team on one of them little websites, then just hit me up. And okay, so let's get into the real topic today. Iron Wolf, or as some people call him, well, people just call him Iron Wolf, but there's other names, but a little bit more violent. Anyway, Iron Wolf and Next Gen are kind of similar in the ways that they all Next Gen just straight out lies. Iron Wolf claims he says facts, which sometimes, to be honest, he does. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't lie, but he doesn't just tell straight up lies all the time. Like I said, he does, but he says some irrelevant things. Like if you watch his latest video, he tries to prove that Microsoft is better by claiming that Sony buys their studios over Microsoft building them straight up from the ground up. He's got a point, but no, he doesn't. Like what does it matter? Because Sony has a lot more studios than Microsoft, but still whether or not built from the ground up. How's that? There are no first-party games for the Xbox besides Gears and Halo and Forza. And you kind of tell me what? Well, exclusives aren't always first-party. Sometimes they're second-party and third-party. Like Quantum Break is second-party. Scalebound is second-party. Crackdown is second-party. Gears of War was third-party, but it's now first-party because Microsoft acquired the IP. Now, if you also listen to Iron Wolf's videos, he makes an excuse about game engines, that Microsoft has better game engines and Sony uses last-gen game engines. What does that really? That's a fact, I guess you could say fact. But what does that have anything to do with the game itself? To be honest, let's see. Uncharted 4 is gonna be a single-player mode. It's gonna be the best-looking game of the generation. Well, at least so far. But it's on the last. I wouldn't say it's on the last gen. I wouldn't say it's on the last gen engine exactly, but I would say that it's not completely ground up for this generation. But what does that matter? It's gonna be the best looking game yet. Now, Iron Wolf, if you go to his Game Awards, DirectX Game Awards, everything that wins is like Xbox. Most anticipated game of the year, Quantum Break, best remaster, and they hammer on remasters. Gears of War Ultimate Edition, but I thought that was a remake. Exposed. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, then one of the other awards, best looking game yet, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now, I'm not saying that's not a good looking game. I don't think it's the best looking game of the year, because that could arguably go to The Witcher 3 or Metal Gear Solid. But the thing is with Tomb Raider is the scenery is beautiful. Like the ice, the caves, everything is nice. The colors in that game are just nice. But Laura herself doesn't exactly look the best. And you're like, well, if you compare her to Nathan Drake, maybe some people will think, oh, Laura looks more detailed. Well, Nathan looks more realistic. you can literally see the little grates on his skin. You can see everything. Laura, you can't really. She looks like paper mache. I'm not saying she looks bad, but no. And also Iron Wolf was trying to make a point, which that the exclusive games that PlayStation has no notable exclusives. Uncharted 4, maybe? Just maybe Uncharted 4 or Horizon Zero Dawn coming up, like, and he didn't say that now exclusives. He mentions Bloodborne, but he just acts like nothing's coming out. Detroit Become Human, Gran Turismo, which kills and sells your almighty Forza, which I like Forza Motorsport 6. It was a good game. Now, I'm not trashing on Xbox, I'm just trashing the BGST here. Back to the point of exclusive-wise. He makes Uncharted, he downgrades Uncharted graphically. It looks last-gen. Like, the multiplayer trailer for Uncharted, people were kind of questioning it, but if you actually played the beta, all your questions are out. It doesn't look nearly, I mean, it doesn't look as good as a single player, but it still looks next gen. Like the character models still look next gen. The leaf textures, which people are like, what does that matter? I'm just saying, look next gen. The random destructibility, the animations look next gen, like when the statue falls over. Something that's not in Halo 5 Guardians or Gears of War. Oh, and also, Halo 5 was in the running for Best Graphical Game of the Year. And Iron Wolf's DirectX show, which is not, like, if you look at multiplayer, really, it's like 900p, the detail is very little. The single player is kind of like Tomb Raider, the colors are good, but the resolution in the Halo 5 is a little bit lower. The people say it's 1080p dynamic. People are like, oh, it's 1080p, 60 frames. Suck it, Sony. Well, it's mostly 800p, and according to Digital Foundry, like, it's more 800p than it is anything else, according to Digital Foundry. And Iron Wolf is also one of them big people in all multi-plat starting to run better on Xbox One. Well, think of it this way. Natively, according to developers, every game on PS4 and Xbox One, frame rate wise, is exactly the same on every game. Some are even higher on PS4. But you never, on resolution, you see more of a bump towards PS4. And you're like, oh no, it's like PS4 chooses resolution over frame rate. No, they really don't. Like, it's kind of sad that Xbox has to choose one or the other. But PlayStation doesn't really have to choose over one or the other. But something that really hit the ball with these Xbox is whenever that Medieval game came out saying it's 30 frames higher than Xbox, they started trashing the game itself. Like, they don't care. They said they never even heard of the game, even though that game was pretty popular on PC. And someone that really ticked me off with Iron Wolf is he got like Halo 5 early, and he was like, oh, I just finished the campaign of Halo 5. And all I could say is, wow. Like, really? Wow. Okay, that's his quotes. But if I remember correctly, he said it in a positive way. Like, he put wow, exclamation point, then in his next tweet, it was like, that was amazing. If you remember correctly, Halo 5 campaign was awful. A little plot twist, but it kind of just ruined the whole fact. The whole, like, Halo 4 campaign was meaningless. But, he definitely wins the Corporate Slave of the Year award. Now, there's next gen, there's crap, but it just seems like Iron Wolf just throws things out of his mouth that are just irrelevant to any sort of reasoning. Next Gen lies. Crap Gamer is just biased. But this guy just goes over the limit. He does all three, but he mostly just throws things out of his mouth that are irrelevant. And finally, we're gonna go back off topic at the end of the video. If you guys do want me to do a Game of the Year awards, I can do that, or like a Game Awards, but it'll have to be a quick 10-15 minute video, one video. I'm not gonna like separate it like a lot of people do, because that's just why I do that. But I could just do write something up and then post it, and it'd be interesting to see what you guys think of my opinions of Game of the Year. Indie-wise, I really don't put many indies in Game of the Year awards unless they're really good, like Ori and the Blind Forest or like iDarb. But so if you guys want me to do it, just leave a comment in the comment section. Anyway, guys, Diverse VG Vlog out.